Daily missions take too long, so I decided to speedrun them. Today, the goal is simple. We set a new record. The time to beat is 9 minutes 49, and quickly before we start, as always, the full list of rules and games are down in the description. So, I think we're ready to begin. So let's begin in 3, 2, 1. Okay. The route I don't think will change much. We're just going to try and push on with what we've been doing, and see what we can do. So, one thing to note is there is a double drops event going on in this game. So that is, I guess, a concern. I don't have energy. I was trying to bend it all for a few tries. So I think because there's a double drops event, I'm going to use normal resin for 3 runs, and then use a condensed for the last one. Does that make sense? I think that should use the right amount to count as dailies. It's not quite the full resin bank, but what I think is more important is consistency in the runs. Because I've said this in previous videos, but having a run not be able to, you can't make a record because, oh, today I've got to spend 5 condensed rather than 4, feels rough. So it's always going to be, for Genshin, 4 runs of artifact runs, because that's a consistent amount we have in the resin bank. But we are coming up on our final run, so fingers crossed we can clear quickly. So, yep, 1 condensed. Leaf. So that was, yeah, 4 runs. So, yes, I can appreciate that I haven't spent all of my resin, but I think doing it this way makes the most sense. I think we're going to be a little bit behind our record pace, which is fine. Can't always put up a record. I hope this is actually the amount of resin we need. It will be really annoying if we're short. We are short. Okay. I guess we don't set a record. Damn. Okay, this event is going to screw us over. I guess no record today. We'll have to... Maybe I should do similar to what I do in Wuthering Waves, where I pre-kill. Oh, that's really annoying. So, do I need to pre-kill 1 run? Make this work? I guess so, right? So then if we do 4 runs, we should be all good. Okay. We'll have to do it like that. Sorry about this. Maybe the answer would have been just pause the timer there. But yeah. Only in the first game, and I'm already had to give up on a run. Sorry everyone, but fingers crossed we can then make an improvement tomorrow. With this kind of event, there's always going to be a mess up in how quickly we can do these. So yeah, but stick around, you can see how the rest of the route goes at the very least. We can see if we can get some good splits at the very at best, right? So that is enough for our dailies, and then that is the resin portion. We don't even end up spending enough resin. Maybe I pre-kill 2 of them? Does that make sense? Yeah, maybe I pre-kill 2. 2 runs, then I can do 4 after that, which will be 2 condensed. Okay, I think that makes the most sense. So, yeah, next will be Wuthering Waves. Okay, I just checked. I believe the double drops event is gone. So for Wuthering Waves, so we should be all good to do our runs as normal. So let's begin. So to clear our dailies in this game, all we have to do is clear this tacit field twice. And that is enough to spend all the resin and be enough to, yeah, give us our daily rewards. One adjustment to the rules I've made in this game is in the battle pass, one of the daily missions is to collect 3 echoes, but tacit discords echoes collected from this mode do not count towards that counter. So yeah, small adjustment. Are we already over time? How? Oh yeah, because we went so over in thingy. Okay, in Genshin. One adjustment I've made with the help of you guys is I don't actually need to check my echoes or artifacts whilst I'm doing the run. In Genshin, I'm not too bothered because I'm not really building the characters for the artifacts I'm getting at the moment. That's more for looking at future characters if I decide to build them. But in this game then, I check straight after the run, just so that we save that little extra seconds, right? Fingers crossed we can one-shot this guy. Yep, but these guys lived. Okay. Not our best move, but that's fine. So, I think we'll be... Oh, we don't have enough resin. Oh, because I ended up doing weeklies a lot later yesterday. Okay, so that is enough for daily rewards. And then we can head over here and claim all. So claim all here. So 20 seconds over our best split. I did mess up a little bit, but that's been Wuthering Waves, and next is Zenless. So here we are with Zenless. I don't think a lot is going to change. One change I will make is I'm very, very short on Denny's. So I think we're just going to start farming Denny's for the foreseeable future, which is good because they're quite quick to farm. So let's begin. One commenter told me to probably start the recording here and then teleporting to Howl is apparently faster. So I guess we'll see based on these splits. I also had a comment asking about how I felt about using macros, and to be honest with you, I'm not maxed on battery. I've not really thought this through. I'm recording a little bit earlier than I expected to today, so I think I've messed up the cycles with everything, especially with how late weeklies were. But yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed we can do this relatively quickly and we can convert from the 1-2. Oh, I didn't think that through. Not positioned very well. Okay, first run, a little bit rough. I'm glad we're not on for a PB, because otherwise that would hurt. So we can do it again, and then the next time we can do it again, we can use some of the overflow resin, which I should have a bit stacked up. Let me know, would seeing a big just mass resin spending spree be something you'd want to see? I'm really messing up here. 1-2. Yeah, I'm messing up positionally. Maybe it's because it's just different enemies and I'm just, in my head, concerned that it won't go how I think it should, but yeah. So that's our next bit. But yeah, let me know, would you like to see a big resin spend? I've got a lot of overflow in this game, not very much in Star Rail, but in all the games I've got quite a bit of the fragile resin equivalent stacked up. That was a good cycle. We need 3 of those on our, when we're next going for a PB. 9 seconds, okay. That is in line with how it kind of normally goes. So I think we're going to be a little bit behind our best splits, but not by much. So we can claim this, then go here, hit claim all, and that's our split. 6 seconds over. Not terrible considering a little bit of it was messed up. We had to spend extra time converting. So finally we have Star Rail. So here we are with Star Rail. And I don't think we're going to change anything from our record run. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, we're going to head over here and go straight into planar ornaments. Oh, I've got 4 of these. So what I'm going to do is convert 6. And then we're just going to do the 6 runs. I've been told in the past that I can do this to just do dailies quickly, but the problem is I wouldn't be able to do that every day, and therefore it feels not in the spirit. Sorry, not in the spirit of the rules, because it's not something I can then do tomorrow and the day after. But what's happening here is we've got a really strong build on ultimate and follow-up attack damage. So 1 ult from phase shower is enough to sweep 1 phase, the 2 follow-ups are enough to sweep the last phase, and then a combination between phase shower's talent and a couple of break things would then run base. Talent is enough to one-shot the first phase. So yeah, pretty quick in that regard. But yeah, so we just need to do 6 runs of these. That's what we do every day for our record runs, and that is enough for dailies. The key thing here is that also I'm using a support character. One of my friends were on Maze, which is enough to get the support character usage buff. The login gives 100, the support gives 200, and finally the spending of that amount of resin gives the remaining. Oh, I stopped thinking I was talking and forgot to play shower, I assume. So we ended up with a Robin ult, didn't we? Yep, so almost there. Not being our today, but this is the final run. And then we can go and claim everything. And I think because I messed up with that, missing a fish owl, I think we'll be a little bit behind what our PB was. What I will do is, I think directly after recording this, I'm going to spend the remaining 4 immersifiers so we don't have to waste time doing that in future. Oh, I didn't go. Big mess ups here. And then we can go here, hit claim all, and that's our time. 11 minutes 52. Early on in the, when I started this, I would have been over the moon. I was working quite hard to begin with to get under 15, so under 12 minutes is still really, really good. That's 2 minutes behind our personal best. But that's been the run. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoy, a like and subscribe goes a long way. I try and post these every day, with the exception of a challenge run, which I do once a week, and a weeklies run, which I do once a week, and those two take up what would normally be a dailies run. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.